TMO Online Television, its associates and affiliates may not be liable for views expressed on this show. Viewer discretion advised.
Mbalamusizza nnyo buli omu gy'asinzira okubanga mutulaba, mwebale kuzzaayo baana kudda mu kusoma, abatannaba kubazzaayo nammwe mwefubeeko, ate mubakubiriza okwekuuma ekirwadde kya COVID-19. Yenze Ssaalongo Kanka Kapita, natuddeyo dda ne mutabani wa Mole Namatovu Mirundi Joseph Tamale Mirundi Senior okuttaanya ensonga za political doors ez'omulundi guno. Nga sinaba kubanga ntandika nyongera okubagamba, mwenna abaagala okutambula ogenda emitala w'amayanja, mugule tiketi nga muzigula mu kampuni ya Juba Royal Travel, kuba ekyasinze okufunira tiketi ku miwendo emirungi ate ng'ezirondoola ekuwa kyennyini ky'oba osabye. Juba Royal Travel esangibwa ku Park Royal Building opposite Senana Supermarket mu kibuga Kampala. Ate mu ab'e South Sudan, Juba Royal Travel esangibwa ku Hotel opposite Reception. Abagala okugenda okukola South Sudan bakufunira work permit, n'ab'e South Sudan abagala okukola Uganda basobola okuprocessingira ebya permit. Honeymoon bagenda wala, abamaze okubanga muyita mu kikolwa eky'obufumbo, yogera n'aba Juba Royal Travel bakuteekereteekere honeymoon emitala w'amayanja. Empapula zonna ezeetaagisa okubanga omuntu atambula, Juba Royal Travel ekuyambako n'ezikolera. Yitira ku namba z'amasimu bagenda ku kizimbe kya Park Royal mu kibuga wakati, yongera okutegeezaako nti be bantu bokka booteresa omugugu gw'oku kisaawe ky'ennyonyi ne gutasobola kukubulako. Bangi mutuuka emigugu ate ne gisigala n'odda ku kisaawe ate okulondoola eby'emigugu. Juba Royal Travel. Ssaabakabona Jumba Lubowa aligaweesa akubiriza abantu bonna abakkiririza mu nzikiriza y'obuwangwa n'ennono lunaku lw'omukaaga emukono mu kirowooza wabeerayo okusinza Tonda. Mugendeeyo abalina ebizibu eby'enjawulo mu ssinzizo lya Sowamala musobole okuba nti nno buli lunaku olw'omukaaga kubajjukizaako pulogulaamu y'ekifo ekyo mu kirowooza, ate nga Ssaabakabona yennyini yaggulawo eddwaliro eriyunga ebinywa n'amagumba. Mugende babayunge ebinywa oba amagumba agakyuka mu kirowooza. Eddwaliro ly'amagumba liri separate, gwalina omulwaddewo basujja kumulabirira, bagaba ebitanda ate basobola okumujjanjabira awo. Bw'oba tosobodde kugenda mu kirowooza, bw'omala okugendayo n'obabuulira ensonga, Ssaabakabona alina amaanyi agasobola okuyungira omuntu wajjonna gy'ali ng'amuyunga asinzira mu kirowooza nga gw'oli mu makaago mu paati y'eggwanga oba ey'ensi yonna w'oli. Yogerako ne Ssaabakabona Jumba Lubowa aligaweesa. Nsembayo ne kampuni ya Stone Roofing and Construction Company abasikawutu abazimbi abasinga okubeera abeesimbu mu mulimo gw'okuzimba. Bannabulaya mwenna abakazana okugulako okufuna ekigulira magala eddiba, akasente ko bw'oba okafunye ng'oyagala kuzimba. Kampuni y'abazimbi b'enneesiga nti beesimbu eyitibwa Stone Roofing and Construction Company. Tekomakoma ku bwesimbu naye Nkooyo Yerisa Kiwana nnyiniyo yava mu famire y'Abankooyo, yafuba nnyo okulaba ng'atereeza omulimu gw'okuzimba. Yabateerawo kamera, bw'obanga omuwadde sayiti agenda n'akuteerawo kamera n'osenzera ku smartphone yo oba ku kompyuta yonna gy'oli mu nsi yonna, kati kikwetaagisizza kujja n'olaba biki ebikolebwa ku sayiti yo. Tebakulimba nti tutaddeko oba tuyiyeewo amayinja ng'ate tusobola kugalaba. Tebakulimba nti ennyumba yeetuuse ku madirisa ng'ate ekyali musingi. Stone Roofing ekyo yakinogera eddagala. Kale mwenna bankola bulaaya ekyo kyo mufube okulanga saavisi mugyeyambisa eri mu Stone Roofing and Construction Company. Kaŋŋende ewa Muzeeyi Tamale Mirundi tutandikirewo. Tubaaniriza nnyo buli omu gy'asinzira okubanga mutulaba, mwebale nnyo okutwagala, mwebale nnyo okutuwagira.
Tubadde tuludde
mutabani wa Mole Namatovu
Mirundi
wakuba akatambi akasembayo ensi neekwata ku mutwe.
naye anti kambabuulire nabagambye nti poliisi ya Uganda oba gavumenti ya Uganda empe challenge mbakwatira abayokeza abaana ku ssomero. Kubanga omuzadde abadde ayina abaana be emyaka egi
ebiri
olwabaleese ku ssomero ne babookya kati ne mawulire ekivuddemu. Bukedde yagambye ebizuuse yefu Bukedde kanaava ebizuuse. Let us argue where it means that Bukedde reporters are better than our security operatives.
Yes.
Why don't we turn Bukedde into M.i.S.O? Yes, because Bukedde says When you read the book it tells you, we cannot allow such a situation to continue. I have the capacity to investigate and finding out the people behind these arsonist activities. But the problem we do is that now that it has been withdrawn from the media, if you withdraw it from the media, police arrest, who are they? Have we ever seen a conviction from such cases? No. Yes. For a long time, these things have been happening. I want to inform the police this time. I'm going to carry out a parallel investigation. If they fail, M.i.S.O will give the public, Ugandans, the real culprits. My children survived and as the banning of... You're a victim of the same. You've been a victim of the same. 20 children. By the time my daughter, who survived the inferno, told me that Namaganda had survived, but she went back. You see the problem with the fire. It is not the fire itself, but the fire comes to burn your body. The smoke has already killed you. Of course. Because the smoke clears oxygen, and that's the reason that you suffocate. Kakati, tetuyinza kukkiriza tira bazzemu okwokya. No. Where do you find? Kuze gwa expert in bino ebintu. Are you trying to tell us that these are made up stuff? No. Burning up schools. You see, is it a project? Is it what? In Kenya, they have General Service Unit. It's a paramilitary because they feared the army. But they have a motto: Fanya fujo uone. You do fujo and see. I see. This is a motto, would be a motto of the police. You kill the wrong arm of the Ugandan police. Will catch up with you. But it means when I look at the things, the police has a short arm. How come that everybody who is killed abroad, Rwandese, they blame the government? The wrong arm of the Rwandese government follows up with you. I see. Are we having a short arm of the Ugandan government? I may not know. Several schools, they are banned. Children die, and they don't see the culprits and the convictions. Imagine. I'm going to embarrass the police this time. I'm telling you. I'm going to carry out a parallel investigation. If the police covers anything, I will embarrass them. I see. I will release as a M.i.S.O. But why do these things happen now? When schools have just opened, we've not had calamities of parents and children burning at home. And then they happen just right now. You see, the Bazungu have a proverb. There are many ways of skinning a cat. In politics, if you want to defeat a revolutionary, you force him to undo himself, his achievement. I see. How do you force the president of Uganda to undo his achievement? But I think only when he has overstayed. You need. If he leaves the stage, he cannot be made to undo his achievement. Force him to undo. How does he undo his achievements? But because the president uses structures, a president cannot work alone. So if you want to defeat a revolution like Museveni, you infiltrate the structure. I have been telling you, we have a subterfuge in this government. A government within a government. Government within a government. I see. And I can demonstrate this, and I've put it in many of my books. One, Museveni yalete mirembe, Museveni yalete mirembe, Museveni yalete mirembe. That Museveni brought to peace. What has happened? The Bijambia people. What has happened? The insurgents, the counter-insurgents. What amazes me is that by the time the president came to power in 1986, the NRA had no equipment because it was relying on government soldiers. Those who died, the rebels could snatch gum boots, uniforms, and guns. How did they win? And how did the NRA, the infant NRA in 86, by the time they took over, there was an insurgency in Teso, there RPA, there was an insurgency in Gulu, there was an insurgency in Arua, it was called what? Western Nile Bank Front. Then, in Kasese, how did this infant NRA, ill-equipped, ill-trained, defeat
with the lack of
this counter-revolution?
With no experience at all.
Why is it that UPDF, the stronger UPDF, M.i.S.O, M.i.S.O is doing well, M.i.S.O is doing well, but the problem is domestic. It's the political landscape. It's the political, call it the political landscape, and the body politique is domestic.
I see.
Yes. Why has this government, with all the parliament, with all the
equipment and the budgets?
The problem is simple. Why are we performing badly now? In 1986, these people were guided by the Bushwa spirit. They wanted to change, to show Ugandans that they were a different type. They shared the same ideology.
I see.
Today, the Bush ideology has gone. Many of the Bush veterans have been replaced by younger people. A system must adapt, dispose, and observe, and absorb. But what does it absorb?
What is disposition? What do you call disposing in a system?
Kakati the problem Museveni gyayina eriwo olwaleero eriemu nti tuli mu succession politics. Succession politics is pitting two people. The bet is on two people who originate from the Paris. People talk about Lwabwogo, people talk about who? Muhoozi. This is very dangerous to a country because there is no threat from outside. That's why anybody who is undermining Bobi Wine is making a very big mistake.
I see.
It is only when 3 dogs fight over a bone and the two face each other. The third one that has not forced the other to go away takes it.
Yes. As the two are fighting, the third that is not involved will pick it up.
If there is a trading center and there is only one more shop, what does the shop owner, who enjoys the monopoly, say? Can he even go to the garden?
Of course.
Can he even afford to close the shop?
Yes.
But if there are many shops in the area in the trading center, even if the two, the wife and the husband, go for a burial, they will ensure that there is an assistant who remains in the shop. Because if you don't open up, competition.
Are you trying to say Bobi Wine breaks the monopoly?
Yes. That's why they are concentrating on Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine helps us. Is a checking point. Even if he cannot win, but he puts these people in order.
I see. He checks on them.
Once the enemy goes, then the winners fight each other. Would you, if by the time, if these people are threatened, we are not fighting each other. And these two people are of a different generation. We are not in the bush, they are young. And I told you that Lwabwogo established patriotic groups. He is itching to grab, he thinks that he can grab the president. I told you that we have two syndromes that affect the people. We have the shadow over the throne syndrome. Shadow over the throne syndrome, when it affects you, it catches up with you. You believe that you are the king. This is what Wabogo does. Wabogo believes that he's in charge. When you see him talking, as I capture him, he thinks that he's very arrogant.
But Mzee, I'm asking,
very rich.
Where does he get the energy? Where does he get where does he get the energy to nominate himself the successor?
Yes.
When the president has sons?
Having ambition is not bad. But how do you achieve these ambitions? And once you develop an ambition or a desire, you cannot desire a need and implementation. When a man feels that he wants a woman, he can rape. You have seen many people mounting animals.
Yes.
So once this syndrome, when you hear Wabogo talking, it's as if he's already there. I have my wealth. How can I? How can this man in Zana defeat me?
But Mzee,
when he talks,
it looks like
this one should go.
It looks like
should go.
Who
are you?
Mohoz also
How can you have
speaking,
a project in the country? Why do you anoint yourself as a president? Because if the richest people in the country become presidents, why have you seen it that becoming the prime minister of India? Rich people, you think Bill Gates, the president of who? What these people?
But the same syndrome seems to be affecting Mohoz also.
No, the difference between
he goes
Wabogo,
to Twitter and thinks he's going to be the next president.
The difference between Wabogo and Bill Gates and Uhuru Kenyatta is the way he has accumulated this thinking wealth that makes him to think that he has
that is the next
an obligation of belonging.
Next in the queue.
Thinking bujozi ayina okutufuka lwampaka nina okwafuwaza ojja onfukamirire nina okukola ki ndagira nenzija woono nenteeka woono kadaga nemugjawo nemugoba gwone nemugjawo nakyobe nendeeta omulala kakati eyo shadow over the throne syndrome tetuyinza kukkiriza.
Now Mzee, Bobi Wine, this Bobi Wine man,
yes,
you think is just relevant to show you the mistakes of the regime? Yes. Don't you think he has an ambition to take on the regime,
Bobi Wine,
to win the presidency?
Let me tell you.
And at least he has accumulated enough a good following,
and
to the extent that he claims you rigged the polls.
Let me tell you. Bobi Wine came to me before he entered politics. And Bobi Wine should thank God. He would be going to church every day. Why?
He's a lucky man.
The first person who was approached to play Bobi's role was Radio. Radio was killed when he rejected it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Was it Radio?
Baby Cool came to me and I told him, for you are lucky. You have a veteran politician as a father. You cannot be used by these people to fight Museveni. You'll be destroying your legacy and your father's legacy. Even Bobi Wine, I told him, what these people do, after using you, they dump you. The only person they are failed to dump is me. Since bakolera, ate sijja genda mu opposition. Nja kubeera nabo. Kabanyime, emotoka kigwemu amafuta, kambonebone, bagana okumpa sente, bagana okusasula sente, naye siri bakolera. I will never work with these people.
So, Mzee, you're saying Bobi Wine was approached for this role? Are you saying he was approached for this role?
Yeah, Bobi Wine was approached for this role.
I thought it was a personal initiative to run
Bobi Wine does not come
member of parliament.
No. Bobi Wine does not come from regional parties. Bobi Wine is not Mao. If it was a Mao, but they had used Mao, you remember he stood in the elections, I don't remember the years.
Yes.
They were looking for. That's why I asked, what type of M.i.S.O do we have, security organization, that which could not detect that every musician was upgrading his or her, but mainly his education. Nenga banaba kama ku except Mayinja. The intelligence could not understand. So these people were NRMs. They said, these are people who have wealth, who have accumulated wealth, but it's through market tricks and crude means. This is why the Kenyans,
everyone can
bear
witness on that,
have acquired wealth from their fathers. Why? Kenya was had been designed as a settler's country. So the mistake the Europeans did was to steal land, fertile land, from the Kikuyos. Kikuyu association that sponsored Mau was culminated into Kanu. So the battle over land, this is why Kenyatta tells you, the senior Kenyatta Jomo, when these people came to us, the European missionaries, they told us, close your eyes. By the time we opened our eyes, our land had gone.
I see.
We were given Chipande to work as slaves, as workers. The land they had previously been
grabbed
owned
from us.
Kakati, but the other side of settlers, they left the assets in Kenya. This is why the Kenyan mafias are different from Ugandan mafias. The Kenyan mafias got a foundation from wealth accumulated by the settlers. West Germany and Britain contributed £500,000 the departing. In Uganda, failed to give the departed Asian properties to good people. Hitler also grabbed assets from Jews. Kakati bano chebakoze kubba by'abantu. This is why Uganda is bitter. For us, Uganda, we don't want government jobs. I don't want to be a minister. No, a minister to defend what others have eaten. After grabbing the money, they ran away. $400 million was secured from World Bank by President Museveni to spread electricity to rural areas. They identified 802 Gombololas. The money was stolen. I see. By rare officials. The manager who resisted was sacked. The culprits who distributed, who sold this money are still around. Nobody has been arrested. The IGG Muliagonja, who covered this theft that our children will pay, was promoted. This is the iron of it. I see. Now, this is what I'm telling you. That the problem now, after acquiring, accumulating wealth by attacking the private sector, you attack Autoda, you bring the persons. You attack border, you bring your own borders. You monopolize the milk and beef. That means the key areas where people are itching. People are itching to get an opportunity to grab you like a grasshopper. I see. But these Kenyans had lost land. The Kenyan people who had lost land to settle us were given opportunity to work as what? As laborers. It's like one, if a powerful man tells you that I've taken over your wife by force, become a houseboy in my house. Yes, if the woman still loves you, you can access her. Yes. Because you are around is better than killing you. So the Kenyan government that our mafias admire have not stolen from the public. But as a you have stolen from the public. As an expert, they are complaining about milk. They are complaining about hide and skin. The fishermen are complaining about the lakes. Ngamata bagawambi enyama bagiwambi enyanja bagirumbi ebikajjo byabasoga nabyo ino kuba na life ebirombe bya golodi emubende. This cannot happen in Kenya. No, I see. Bano bayinvadinze nnyo kakati as a result ne bajja bafuna ekizibu omusango gwa organis gubakutte in a bill to accumulate money because they believe that Uganda can be bought. Mugula bagule, nemubagula, nemubakola ki, nemubajoga, nemugoba wano, nchana mukomyawo, no kanyuka wano, sente no zijjawo. In my case, they took away 5 billion. And a man arrogantly say, if this man wanted to access this money, would go to since again a new vision. You take your mother there. New vision, media center. I went home. For 8 years, I'm comfortable. Even if the government follows tonight, no public, there is nobody who will demolish my houses. I invested in the public after being humiliated. But in fact, let me tell you, as an expert political scientist, if I had taken over this post of advisor, I would be another DC now. I see. When Munnansi take mwanda we akolaji. Singoli kalisizo. Singandi ala DC. Yes, I can't give for Mirundi. Katabane kakaje. When Munnansi no kakuye ne katira. Mama take my new vision. Am I a kazungu? I see. I'm not a public servant. I went home. So nkubulira. Ti abasajja bano bayina ebizibu ebi. Ekisooka. Obugagga bwo accumulating nga babba abantu. Who are you to grab them like a grasshopper? I see. A joke. Bayina omusango gwa organist, which they decided in a recent meeting that they will not go and testify. They are testifying on Zoom. If they don't go, they are accumulated to buy off the ICC. I know these Bazungu cannot be bought. Even if you come out with a fine, even if you come out with the caution, you will never rule Uganda. I see. Anybody whose name has appeared on the list of those who are being indicted by ICC will never rule Uganda. I see. Because you have your hands are bloody stained. We cannot trust you with the destiny of this country. You will turn Uganda into an abattoir. I see. Kakati, what has this led to us? Those the succession battle is becoming bloody. Why? Those who have been implicated in the ICC the organic case are facing 2 challenges. They fear to go and testify in Europe because they know they'll be arrested. Now, if they don't go, they become fugitives in Uganda. And if they become fugitives in Uganda, they will need a government that cannot surrender them to Hague. I see. This was the bond between Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto. They were both indicted. The only people who would not take themselves to Hague were they. The moment the Hague case was no more, then the bond disappeared. They split. So, kakati up to now, we hear there is a bitter split. They have a lot of money. A human being, they could get $1 million from a human being. $30 million. They are using public money. Therefore, they know. But how do they access this money? How does it come to their hands? Very powerful people in this government. It is a curse. Nabaloga. This is witchcraft. A person, Uhuru, is a celebrated landlord chef who produces where you can go for a better good pilau. How can a son of Uhuru serious? Hey, you talk about this Uhuru restaurant. Yes. But you know what you can't find his son stealing right. Ababiamata, ababie monopolies, ababie buli wamu, ababie buli kintu kyonna. Era tebamatira. I should go and kneel before him. I will never kneel before Wabok. I see. Even if God tells me that to come to heaven, you need to reconcile with the Wabok. I will never do it. I see. Sisobola. Kushe. Zoyogerako naye. Abunyabunyeza family yaffe. Abaana banga batusomye bulungi tebasomye. Erichi Mirundi is a nuclear bomb. Okay. And he cannot kill me. I see. He every maggot that comes out of my body, decomposing the body, claims 10 family members. I see. Which also oba bajogesa abandi bagwamu kakati nkubulya nkamba the crisis is nti the population is becoming bitter. Why? Stealing of government money has led to poor service delivery.
Of course.
These people, they are avoiding
very poor service delivery.
Those who were democracy,
when we expected
the democracy
better.
of yesterday, who were saying every Ugandan power should be derived from the population. They want to change it to create electoral colleges. Why? They are fearing the population.
Yes.
But you cannot fear the population. Why? Because if you are hated, even being a president through an electoral college will precipitate a riot.
Of course.
Yes. In Romania, Nsonga came to power with 1990%. Within 3 months, the population rose up, killed him and his wife.
I see.
In Rwanda, Habyarimana was jettering Zana Kwijana. Zana Kwijana. Where did the Zana Kwijana go? It is a pretense. In many cases, abakazi, especially old people, bwebafumbirwa badira tawulo, a towel, which is used to cleaning after bathing. Nebagisiba mu stomach. Nebaga nti bali pregnant. But for how long? You were pretending.
Yes.
They will give you 9 months or 10 to produce a baby.
And when that is done,
yes,
then you'll have to answer.
And they will know that you are barren woman.
Of course.
And they will chase you away. The family will chase you away. So it does not pay. Katibanu, kwe kutegeera. Babala. President Museveni told you that you don't have a vision. Many people came up as usual. The man is abusing us. He's saying it's stupid. A vision is a dream you have, which will be realized, whose fruits will be realized in a period not less than 20 years. These people plan, so they knew. The people have accumulated the money by destroying the private sector. Ugandans are reaching to grab them. That's why they are now using, they are using ventilators instead of many doors.
I see.
Who
is cooking up all these wrangles in
NUP? These people knew. Because people have been in the power for a long time and who have accumulated wealth. Their mistake was not to create allies. You cannot have a practice of humiliating people who have worked for you. You cannot base politics on a hunter and dog relationship. You cannot base politics to a slave and master relationship. If I was in a UPC government, I would be one of the richest people. Never believes I should be his hand. Why? I have my education, I have my master's, I have. Me, I don't value you. I rejected the Museveni's appointment. I cannot be an advisor. Having been a spokesperson of the president, how can you, in fact, whenever you call me an advisor, blood surges, I can grab you because it was a humiliating appointment. Some people believed that I did not have welfare. I did not have money to survive. Let us humiliate him. That's why people like Tumuevas got the I can give no new vision, stupid proposals. Me to go to new vision, I can only go to new vision as a visitor. Media center. Me to go to the media center. I went home for 8 years. I'm at home.
I want to ask you,
Kakati Nkubulia, wait. Kakati bano obuzibu bayina. Basala amagezi. Nibagamba, what do we do? You see the goodness of having educated people. They were seen as educated people. They have learned from the experience of the Kkwo during Idi Amin. They have seen what happened to their cholis and language, so they are not fools.
Some people think it is Museveni who gives them scholarships and denies because there is a lot of tribalism in his government. That's what people think. That's why they are educated so much.
What they do, is that they have seen that whatever happens, Museveni will retire sooner or later. Now two groups have emerged. The moderate group and the radical group. The moderate group told Kizza Besigye, because he's a part of them. Besigye has been used to ensure that there is no powerful opposition leader who emerges. So Besigye have been describing Besigye as the Washington Tower. Besigye's role was to undermine an emergence of a powerful opposition leader. So what they did, Besigye blocked the Museveni. As Museveni was ruling as a president, Besigye was controlling the opposition. Why has Besigye survived in the opposition? They give him money.
I see.
Is an official role by the intellectuals in the West to ensure that both doors are properly protected.
I see.
Kaka today, when they realized in the last 2021 elections, they found out that after stealing service delivery money, the people were demanding accountability and service delivery. What did they do? NUP was created by the moderate wing of the NRM. Even the party NUP originated from a political party that was registered by the then National Political Commission, Chiyonga. Bobi Wine was chosen, I told you. They made a sample. Radio refused. I don't know why they landed on the radio. I think radio is a M.I.S.O. I don't know why they landed on radio. They were avoiding a Baganda.
Was it radio?
Yes. They went to Baby Cool. Baby Cool came to me and I told him. They finally landed on Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine in meeting, the first meeting, I'm not a music, I don't attend the music and the galas. So I was surprised to meet Bobi Wine here, where we are sitting now, where you are carrying an interview. After meeting Bobi Wine, I told him, I cautioned him, these people are not reliable. They can use you and abandon you on the way. I told him that Museveni is still very powerful. I worked with him for 14 years, and this is why I've never raised a finger. I don't fight Museveni. I fight Lw'Abwogo. Lw'Abwogo is the sole problem to my family. Has killed my political career, has killed my youth, has made sure that we don't, that I will not do. I don't come to go sit with. No. Washisha, me, I come from a family of arrogant pharaohs. I will never need to before Lw'Abwogo. I will play the quantity where I say, he must come here and kneel. I will play the tips. Kakati ngugamba. Nti.
When you talk to
Bobi Wine, bweyajja. Bali bamuleeta ne bamukwasa ekibiina kyabwe. Bobi Wine's role was to ensure that they create bajjemu Besigye. They made sure that Besigye did not stand. Why? They knew that if Besigye was a facilitator, would easily defeat Museveni.
I see. Because
they assessed sentes on ez'amasanyalaze muzibye 400 million. Kati that money was used to bring district councillors, district councils, chairpersons, and MPs. Because most of the proposals they want to be amended, I can play embarrassing tapes, Chief Justice Olanya and others on video.
I see.
This is why they are attacking this deputy speaker. He's not theirs. No. Si wawe.
Amongi.
Kati bamukuba. Yali Busoga. Yali Ludawa. This woman did not play any role. Although she was as ambitious as other people. No, you do. Kodako Lw'Abwogo. Ye wanankabirwa 5 billion to tackle nankabirwa ended up failing taina kyalina nankabirwa yagwa.
But it is you who said having political ambitions is not a problem.
Not a problem. I hear Lw'Abwogo talking about Muhozi. That having his ambition is not a bad thing. Naye nkubuulira nti Lw'Abwogo believes his wealth can only be protected by himself. which is wrong. Why do you believe that your wealth can be protected by yourself? You have acquired it through fraudulent means. It is illegal. Once Ugandans gain freedom, you will be taken to account. You will explain where
if I'm to take
that makes you believe that I'm a pauper. These people, how can I talk to a man who sleeps in the Zana? Yes, I'm not an international suspect, criminal suspect too. I've never been a getty man. This is why I support Muhoozi.
If I'm to take
I support Muhoozi. I prefer Muhoozi. I cannot allow a situation where we are in fact it's against Kinyankole culture, even in our culture. How can a father did you marry wajja kubala wajja kwasa mukozi na kutwala buyinza tetuyinza mukkiriza oba tutatu?
If I take the conversation you had with Bobi Wine
kati ono wabwogo ye yateeka ssente buli wawulira nga badayivate onani wondi yabirimu bino byonna ebikolebwa bya lwabwogo. Lwabwogo yaleeta olanya say no mu kuba obutambi. Let the Chief Justice say no okuzanyira mu muzannyo gwa Museveni ogamba nti Kisaachi ajje n'onajje mu kuba Chief Justice nemuteeka ku ttaka obutambi buyina Kiwanuka abadde akubira abalamuzi amasimu mu kuba nemuteeka ku ttaka. Kakati Kiwanuka yatya okujja yali amanyi. Yes, Lwabwogo's president's ambitions tezitabangula eggwanga nti kakati anoonya okuyisaamu ki. Ye Lwabwogo believes nti guno omusango gwaliko gwa organize will be cleared by money. Era sente balina sente empitirivu nnyo abazungu bababba. But even if you are cleared naye waliwo ebiriwo nti abakati tebakyafa accident tekireetera abantu organize abachina baki. You cannot be acquitted.
I want to ask Mzee.
He is giving evidence. Good 10 doctors were detained in Hague. This is why they have decided not to get to Hague. Kakati nkugamba nti Bobi Wine ayina okuvaawo lwaki. Bobi Wine history repeats itself. Ben Kiwanuka failed to go to parliament, and as a result, he could not control the Democratic Party in parliament. They closed. Besigye did not go to parliament. As a result, by the time we reached 2021 elections, his party was no more, and Amawulire was the weakest candidate. So, that's one. Bobi Wine cannot control, but these people had made sure they knew how to deal with the Bobi Wine. Let me give you an example.
But Mzee, if they brought him, how did he slip out of their hands?
Yes.
To vigorously contest against their power.
Yes, let me tell you. Galanga was deployed by the Katumu government to fight the Southerners, Anyanyas. He ended up being absorbed in the rebels.
Yes.
This happens. Bobi Wine was taken over from them by Amsterdam.
I see.
Amsterdam is the recruiting officer for CIA.
I see.
Kakati, Bobi Wine bwe yeewaggula. Bobi Wine ayina ekizibu. Tali mupa ne bafuna mpuuga. Mpuuga is very dangerous, very slippery. Mpuuga talina morals. The people I don't respect in this country. Mpuuga taliimu. Bamukuba essasi nga alina omukomusai. Museveni atutta. Let me tell you, Mpuuga and Mbidde were allowed to stand. I've already explained. There was no candidate. You were sure. Omwana yavaayo okubavuganya n'abeera number has not been considered. Why? This Mpuuga is playing their role.
I see.
Like me, I've not received any money. Bakusaasira bani bebawa.
Kubanga full figure.
Siri ready to play that role. I'm not a fool. I'm 60. I cannot be like Bashiri Batalingaya.
I see.
No. I cannot be like these Busoga 10 MPs who closed during the opportunity time. This is why Busoga is dominated by women.
I see.
I'm educated. I will work in another government. I worked for you for 14 years. You did not give me anything tangible. In fact, if I was not smart to reject it, going to president's office, they had other things. atutte 5 billion embwa yaabwe embwa yo bagitwale bagikanyuke kasasiro fe twajja kusiba bugobwanga
you talked about Busoga now.
Kakati nkubuulira
I want to know those things of Busoga.
Nti kakati today they are bringing proposals and these MPs were given money to come to parliament for that role. How do you ensure Bobi Wine, how do you trim Bobi Wine's powers in parliament? One, castigate him. This is their tactic. I was reading New Vision. Money, you are stupid. It's not money. It is not money. People are not qualifying for money.
Yes, I saw headlines that group was splitting because of accountability.
It's not money. You are stupid, not accountability. But Bobi Wine, the only mistake he made, he refused to go to airport and at the same time refused to accept the money. Because every member of parliament gets money, which means Bobi Wine is a party with that number of MPs will get billions.
I see.
Mao with the 80 MPs, and I'm surprised. A democratic man like Mao comes up and says, when an MP, a democratic MP, a member of the Democratic Party dies, then we select. Does he have? No. Mao now in Usiriwala. Umenya Mao chagamba. When a housewife dies, the house cannot take over because he's near. This system cannot work in Uganda.
I see.
Every MP, why do we have by elections? Is because even when you have academic papers, the person they voted is not you.
Of course.
You don't have the mandate of the population. But
so what is Mao proposing?
Monitor.
Is proposing that when
Mao is saying that when a DP person dies, then the Democratic Party brings
Mao should propose an MP,
replacing
MP, without going back to the by-election.
Mao is watching the power, the influence of the Democratic Party shrinking.
I see. Under his watch.
Under his watch. And he doesn't. How do you popularize a party? We have seen cases in Britain where the Tories are trounced, and they can tell you the election, these people, the Labour Party has been trounced. The last time they suffered such a heavy defeat was in such a year. There was a time for Gordon Brown was who, when they had to cohabit with the notorious racist party in Britain. It's called Liberal or something. Therefore, Mao, instead of marketing, saying, what has forced the Democratic Party to shrink to this level? And I can tell you as an expert, all independent political parties have, except Chama Cha Mapinduzi, are dead. Kanu is dead. Chama Cha Mapinduzi is dead. There was a party in Egypt called a food party. Yes. All independent in Malawi. In Zambia. The Kawunda's party, the independence party, is no more. Is no more.
I see.
The surviving party is Chama Cha Mapinduzi. In Kenya, every election they form. And now they have created a new system, a hybrid. This man, Uhuru, is not supporting a Jubilee candidate. He is supporting an ODM candidate for the presidency.
I see.
Is something new. Is something that Uhuru has done to protect his wealth and reconcile with the rules.
I see.
Because if this man supports Ruto, the Kalenjins are not getting the presidency for the first time.
I see.
Two, the rules have been waiting to see a president coming from Luo land. If Odinga does not become a president, it will take them, like a woman commented, said, a woman who was born another Amboya is not yet born. Another Amboya had never been produced.
I see.
So therefore, Uhuru is saying that the Kikuyus are saying, instead of let us set a precedent, one, let us give the Luos something that they could not get. This is a problem. If you appoint Mirundi a minister, I will reject it because I know, having been in the control of power of the State House, I know ministers are not ministers. They are neither bad, not animals. They are bad. They are not animals. They are not bad. But no, you see, you ask Kiki. You end up with nothing. Obie, sentence of no zippy. Kakati, percentage generally deco as a minister nange Zimbabwe. No, you never duka. Kakati being a minister. Ndio yo mchala byencha. Taina kialia. Bamutwala wa. Can I work in such a government? Nti yeta naba is protecting government funds. You paid Namuri who does not exist. You Wanga batwala 5 billion embwa bakanyuke kukasasiro najja kolachi kubandikira ttala. I left at home. Let me eat my mukene with comfort. Nenga sisibirwa akitula
ngatogenze kwegayirira
ne ku Christmas ngatawalike nina.
I see.
No olino jono twala 5 billion yena duka nagenda azimbe ebizimbe embwa ne bakanyuke eno. By if I accepted to go to president's office, I will be another this by now.
I see.
But media center. Bobi Wine must accept. I compare Bobi Wine to a bus driver, to a rich man who loses a relative, and he hires buses to transport the mourners. When they arrive at the destination, at the burial place, serves them with the meat, with the food, as we usually do. When he's looking for them to take them back, they are not seen. The bus goes back empty. Why? These were not mourners. They came for different purposes.
Yes.
They were pickpocketers.
Yes.
They came to steal borders. They came to
pickpocket.
To pickpocket.
Of course.
Steal car parts. This is what. This man was given a political party by NRA people.
It belonged to Chibalama.
Chibalama.
It belonged to Moses and
Chibalama. Before Chibalama handed over the party to Bobi Wine, he consulted me. I'm old.
Yes.
Why did Museveni go?
He has always talked to you. He has always said he knows you for a long.
You remember
from history
that immediately Chibalama handed over the party to Bobi Wine at a rental. You cannot rent a party. That was illegal. Do you know that Museveni visited Mwanga's home? Chibalama was deceived. That after handing over the party, then Paulo Mwanga's daughter, Dr. Mwanga, who is a lecturer at the university, will replace Amelia Chambert. That was the arrangement. And the monitor started writing articles.
He once told me Chibalama that he used to work for Mwanga's government.
Yes.
They were close friends.
Chibalama was a driver of Mwanga. In 1983, we did not
have... he was a policeman.
We did not have mobile phone. So when the rebels, Kayira rebels, attacked Lubiri, they spent hours there. Najana Nkumbi, Namasuba, because their organizing point was Chinekisawi Chabaganda Bajita and Wankuru. Kakata Azimuanga, Vice President, Minister of Defense, was entering the city. He thought that these people had left. He fell into an ambush. This man, Chibalama, managed it because Chibati Chiriwo, Stera, Tichari Wo. Mwanga Vantebe, Ayingira Kampala, Agwamuba Yekera Kustera. This man, Chibalama, detected very early, Tibayekera. Now at a moto car. Mwanga was saved Mwanga. And as a reward, Mwanga took him to Germany to study defensive driving.
Of course, he told me he went to Germany, he started studying.
I know them. I started writing.
He once told me that originally, when he saw you, someone would step on you and go away. Yeah. You were a very humble man. That's what Chibalama told me.
Yes.
Said Mirundi was a very humble man.
I'm a humble man.
And he told me he was a very wise, humble man.
Ennyo family of faith. Do you know? I'm expecting a baby. If he's a married baby, I'm going to name him Olw'Embeera.
Hey.
Yes.
Serious?
Ngenda kuntuuma Olw'Embeera. Abaana bange n'abazzukulu bategeere. Twabonaabona olw'omusajja ayitibwa Olw'Embeera. Waliwo omusajja omuko wa Museveni bamuyita Olw'Embeera. Eyanjoonyesa nangoba mu gavumenti nansiba buli kikumi kyonna twavuwale. I would have been a rich man. Omusajja ono. I want to have a permanent memorial. Memorial in Guno, mu family yaffe. When I get a son, I will name him Olw'Embeera to remind my children that I would have been better than we are. But when I went to state house,
son-in-law.
Yes, Museveni had a son-in-law who fought to me to the extent of telling his mother-in-law that I had abused it. I was sacked, humbled, in spite of my contribution.
And fought.
And my mother, who is a cripple, taina che yafunayo. Ninogenda mufukamire. Never. Never. Let me. I was looking for something that I can do. God gave me a baby, a married baby. Ngenda kumuntuuma Olw'Embeera. Asigale mu family yaffe.
Who is a married baby?
Ng'omuntu asinze okujoga family yange. Nino genda mufukamire. Nino genda ekyankwanze. Muwe buteepu obutali bubwe. Tayinza kumpa ssente. Nina okumufukamirira. Sijja kumufukamirira. Me, I get visions. Ndimulabako kabangali ya police. Ndimulabako mu kagaali kabale.
Ekyennyanja kivudde mu
mazi. Do you know? Emputa knocks canoes. But every canoe it knocks and gets out of survey. It creates its firewood.
I see.
Kuba jitemera kuba jokera. Tuli mulabako nga tali mu government ya Sezalawe. One day I will see Olw'Embeera as an ordinary man in a government that does not belong to his father-in-law.
I see.
But you suffocated me in this extent.
Bizzare, I want to know.
What is happening? Mpuga was, I've told you, that Mpuga was a creation of NRM. Mpuga stood up with Mbide, and because this girl made a mistake of fighting Mpuga, tebamuwadde mulimu gwonna, is a kemi. This girl, Owomukyala wa Boulevard, Nangi, we are suffering in the same boat.
I see.
I hear people getting millions. Why don't I get? Even their vehicle, they are shameless. I pay fuel, I put in the fuel. I support Muhozi. For me on principle demand. I've never talked to Muhozi.
But you seem to be...
No, sinza kubanga sina.
Sinza
kubanga sina Olw'Embeera ne bwakola ki Olw'Embeera. Even if you paint him red, even if you paint him blue, even if you paint Olw'Embeera milk, even if God tells me to support Olw'Embeera, I will never support Olw'Embeera.
Bizzare, I wanted to know about the things of Busoga. These guys said they are king.
They are idiots.
Aside.
Why? No, let me tell you. These people want to undermine me.
Echabazinga was thrown out of the throne.
I was told you. I've told you. They want to use everything to undermine Among. I've told you Among did not play any role in removing a Kadaga. It was Olw'Embeera using Nankabirwa was given 5 billion to tackle Kadaga. Beyanako.
Of course.
Yes.
We had
told you about the
meeting.
Nankabirwa tayinza kujjayo mutwe. Kiwanda tayinza kujjayo mutwe. Mbalaga video clips. Mbakuba amaloboozi.
Kati olaba Muzzare, Nankabirwa ye yamala n'afunamu. Kuba ye yasigala minister.
Tayina. Nankabirwa yali alowooza Nankabirwa wanted to be a prime minister. Tewali. Your father is dead, politically dead. Mbe waawo. kati nekamuhumiliating ate ne Nankabirwa alina obuzibu timuwogani keesi mwali anti bawandikanga nti abaana be bawandikira kulina ne wa minisita Nankabirwa where are they? Nankabirwa is also implicated. I see. This is the second phase. Me, I know. Even Nakalema is implicated. Nakalema will end up in the egg. Yadiranga ma company gabalala. Agatwala naga Kuba. Nalekawaka batumwebas. Ojo tumwebaze ya wunya tali dakamwingi. Tasobola tumwebaze bamwagala ne chairman. Babagala bagende. Tumwebaze yabadaganyu genda. They imposed the bote of 5 million. Bamkwati. Atekangubuli. Security people ranga me, are you sure? But if I go to Bamuyole, Tibaita Kubulira on Baba Yola never again. Kakati, I'm telling you. Tibaba no Nyamongi. But Among is not responsible.
They want to fail the lady.
Enough me I suspect in Namuganza. Why? Namuganza was fighting Kadak. But Namuganza is in the big trouble.
But you told me she's a princess.
And yes, in the big trouble. And in Nabakova. Why? Museveni wants to use the money accountability in the Bunyolo Fund, which was messed up by Namuganza. And Museveni made sure that Namuganza remained in the Ministry of Lands. Nabakova is the Ministry of Lands. Betty Kamia was in the Ministry of Lands. Museveni appointed her, the IGG, to carry her mess. I see. That's Museveni. And the Ali appointed her as advisor on Kampala. But Museveni wanted to trap her.
I see.
To investigate her own mess. Kakati, what is happening? They have their practice of saying, how do we become relevant to Muzei?
I see.
Namuganza wanted
it is that usual style
to precipitate trouble in the Busoga kingdom. That because of Kadaga's downfall, even the Jabazinga should go. But they failed. Why? Busoga has a constitution. Busoga, the constitution of Busoga Council, has 11 councillors. The council that governs Busoga, representing all of the Balangira, clans that rule Busoga. They are 11. Their quorum is 8. These people, in spite of their massive wealth, they only registered 3 people. And in such a meeting where the Chabazinga is going to be voted out, it must be presided over the Sabalangira. None of these things were done. And this comes when the president has completed construction of a modern building. The parties of Chabazinga. What these people wanted to do, this disparity man wants to do is similarly. If Mirundi says that I've already lost because of the organic case, let me show him that I'm powerful. But Museveni has the advantage. One, why didn't Museveni remove you from the list? The original list was 157. Why didn't Museveni leave you? 2, why did you accept to be appointed in the government? By becoming a government official, you are liable. Of course. This is why I'm running away. I don't want to be part of government because in the future. But you're not a wrongdoer. Yes, I haven't seen you in any wrong. Nagenda. If these people want to use me, Mirundi media. Of course. I can do that. I'm doing work for them without paying me. But the argument is, it means I must be hunting a dog and a slave for you. He must use you. For Kiriza. I agree. I blundered. I played with my youth. Joining NRM, I'm realizing it was a political blunder. I see. But what can I do? What can you do? You can choose to change it now. No, I cannot. I'm an old man. Let me assume you have 30 years to come. 30 years is enough for you to make public impact. It's up to them. Kubani na sente zange zimba banja, lete bagala kuzimba. Balinga bagamba nti I must be in the government. No. At this age, even those who are still in the government are being humiliated. Of course. Oh, you go nursery. Nursery years. Now, Mzee, does Busoga... But Vincent Shempi, Nayenzi, I was humiliated to the bone marrow.
Does Busoga stand to lose?
If they don't give me anything, yes, I will say. We met. Do all of my couples produce children?
No.
No.
Some are married.
Yes.
Actually, some have a wedlock.
Can you expect
and fail
profit
to
in every business?
make babies? Yes.
But for me, I sold. They bought my books, and it made in an outstanding debt of 700 million. The president told me to print books. They would give me 2 billion. But if they are not giving me money, money cannot be conditional. Like it was saying that to give me money, I must surrender my tapes, and I will never surrender them to anybody. I've already surrendered them to embassies and the investigator. To teach this arrogant relation.
Does Busoga stand to lose when they get?
Nobody can evict a Chabazinga. I've told you. To evict a Chabazinga, they have a governing council. The governing council has 11 members.
The quorum is of 8.
Yes. And 2. After evicting successfully, you write to the president the reasons why. Because the president of Uganda is the one who recognizes traditional leaders. So it is not just a see. What these people, they just wanted to implicate Amongi. That because Amongi is in this, I will not be surprised. You remember, when these people went to cheat Amongi, to blackmail her, Amongi informed the parliament, informed the police. When they arrested, they said, we are suing Amongi. How are you suing Amongi? How? The police arrested you. If are you saying that Amongi wouldn't report? Are you saying that Biencha wouldn't have complained? In the future, who would be responsible?
I see.
That for me, I would accept to hand over 5 billion to Rwaboko.
Mzee, by the fact that
to access the I'm not in New Vision time. I went back home. I'm comfortable at home.
The fact that Betty Kamya was in land, don't you think he has evidence against that lady?
Who?
The one they arrested you. They dragged to court.
They have. But you see,
she was there.
Even if you were a notorious thief, it doesn't matter. A notorious thief. But it does not mean if I have not been around, you cannot use this. That means Mirundi, you were a notorious thief.
Then you have
who
stolen
steals every day. Yes. So therefore, be saying that this is that Kamya as an Gigi. Why don't you say that even Biencha has information against Kamya? Me, my intervention is that this Biencha, listen to Biencha. Don't silence Biencha. No. Biencha is saying, you people, what did you do? You paid a non-existing person compensation. Where is it? Who is this woman? You said in Namudi. Where are the documents? Because one would I will be forced to account. But they come, they use the diversionary means.
They start playing games.
No. Where did it originate? Kakati echonze tichinuma. Neyenze mbagamba. Nope. Does not belong to Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine was a man, comparable to a man, who lost a relative and hired a bus to take a mourners. When he is surprised, these were not mourners.
We are pickpocketers.
We are pickpocketers. Time has come. People pay the money to sponsor these people to do a job. Yes, they are needed now to pass laws, to amend the constitution, which favors those who sponsored them. Who pays the piper, control the tune.